So I'm on a roll, and this has really got me geeked. This issue about what we can tolerate in the church and what we can't. I mean, there are a lot of just mean people in the world, and there are a lot of bad things that our culture just does to people. It's different in different countries, but we've all got them, and it's alive and well in the church. And you've got to just get over it and accept the fact that people are going to be mean. But at the same time, there's a line. There's stuff that you just can't accept. And I mean, even in corporate America, there's a point at which you can only take so much nonsense from a boss before the customers should get angry and want to leave, and the employees should get angry and want to leave. But it's like the church, which is supposed to have the higher morals, the better way, their line, like, they tolerate so much more. And in the New Testament, Revelation 2 and 3, Jesus writes or speaks these letters to the seven churches. And, two of them were blameless, not sinless, but blameless. The other five, Jesus said, look, you've got issues to deal with, or else you're not going to be valid church anymore. I'm going to take that away. He said, I will remove your lampstand. And it wasn't from a vote of the board of elders. There's a line. And I mean, for them, it ranged from different things. It was you stopped loving. Some of them, it was immorality stuff. Others, it was like you just don't care about anything. You're apathetic. Choose something. We've all got our issues, but if Jesus can tell a church, I'm going to remove your lampstand because you're too apathetic, my goodness, what about just people being mean all the time? And what about that? I mean, in corporate America, we do this build a case, say one thing, twist people's words, and do this kind of semi dishonest meeting thing. In Asia, they do this gossip thing. Like they imagine a problem that doesn't exist, and then they go talk about it with other people. They don't seek any evidence or proof. It's just a bunch of people who don't know anything about the facts get together and have their little agreement, and that's how they decide what the truth is. Well, we know that that's not reality, but they do that all the time in Asia. But even then, like I say, far more is tolerated in the church. In Asia, a lie is still a lie. In the courts, in the Asian courts, but not in the Asian church. They tolerate way too much. And in America, we tolerate the corporate America, bureaucracy, bully people around, like give people the runaround stuff. We tolerate that in the church. And I no, those are among the things. Bullying people, whether gossip or corporate America style dishonesty tactic stuff, it's not acceptable in the church just because the culture does it. Just because it's hard to let go because it's the sin in your culture doesn't mean that it's okay for you to do it to others. In the church, we have a higher way. Jesus is a servant leader who loves us. That's what it means to be a shepherd. He was honest. He'd speak the truth. He wouldn't lie. See, in Asia they say, well, gossip is okay over here. It's not a sin. That's your American interpretation that says we can't do things this way. Well, okay, but in America, they'll say, well, we have to do corporate America. It's the necessary evil we have to have in the church in order to lead and administer. No, the evil of men does not achieve the righteousness of God. And we have to have standards in the church. And we need to get over it. I mean, you can't just get mad and ooze, pus and blood all over people and vomit all over everybody about the problems in the church. But that doesn't mean you have to uphold the problems and keep them going. It doesn't mean you have to just sit by with your hands in your pockets. I mean, Matthew 18 has this process. You go through it privately. You try to win your brother first. Then you go back with witnesses and you tell everybody. If they don't listen, then it's public knowledge and you kick them out. Too many Christians, we have problems in the church, but they keep it secret forever. No, go through the process. Don't talk about it all the time. But at some point, it's got to just become public knowledge, widely known. And no, we're not part of that. That's unacceptable. I left them. This is why. Let's talk about something else and move on. It's over. I'm not accepting that. I love you. I'm not accepting that. We got to do that at some point.